So I think you retweeted this or one of them. What I wanted to talk about, Nick, these is what they consider Biden's wins. Here, this is from NBC News. It's a story. If you look it up, just Google it. NBC News. Joe Biden is going to now deliver a message before the holidays of all of his wins.
Oh,
and
Jesus fucking Christ.
Morning Joe covered it this morning, and I took a picture of it while I was watching it. This is the list that he has of his accomplishments. Let me read all of them.
All you see some funny ones.
Yes, that's what I said. We already know it's gonna be funny. But let me read them all. Let me read them all. There are some funny ones. Just wait. The Inflation Reduction Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS Act, the PAC Act, bipartisan gun law.
Let me ask you something real quick. Let me ask
you. Go ahead.
If you're not a political nerd, like most people are, do they think people know what the fuck that is? Like, if you look at the first three, what is that designed to do? And we're doing propaganda report, so we dissecting the message they're trying to send. You see how they're not being specific on how any of these things affects our life? Oh, we did the Inflation Reduction Act that doesn't reduce inflation. Even they would admit it though.
But you see why they give these bills these names?
Yeah.
Because when you report it, they're not going to go in detail. They're just going to put the name of the bill right there.
You see how the Democrats do the same thing Republicans do? Because I want you guys to understand, this is one of the things that this is a duopoly criticism. Because the Republican, they would take away your rights. They would like, for example, the Patriot Act. They would take your rights away and they say, we would name this the God Love America Act. That limits your right to free speech. That's what they do all the time. So the Republicans do that, and now the Democrats do that as well. Go ahead, CJ. Check your audio.
Yeah, my mic had went out for a second, so I had to mute it for a second. My wife was calling in a different line. So let me read the rest of these right quick. Bipartisan gun law, Al-Qaeda leader eliminated, gas prices falling, low unemployment rate, or low unemployment, confirmation of Justice Jackson, leading support for Ukraine, expansion of NATO, American Rescue Plan, bipartisan infrastructure, Senate negotiating updated to the Electoral Count Act. Now, tell me which are definitely not wins, Nick. I know where you're gonna go, but let's just name what gas prices falling. Really? That's your accomplishments. They go up $10 and then it comes down $7, and you have said that's an accomplishment. And then low unemployment rate when you're intentionally trying to force unemployment so that you can force a recession and wages and all that type of stuff.
And they bragging, guys, when they bragging about low employment, they essentially bragging about kicking people off unemployment. Right. That's essentially what they're doing. It's so disgusting. But go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, and then what's another one? Leading support for Ukraine. I don't understand how that's a thing they're listing. And then Al-Qaeda leader, like this is a stretch, Nick. This is a stretch. They wanted to say it got to look like we have a lot of things done, so they threw a bunch of things. But of course, the big glaring one, Nick, expansion of NATO. I'll let you chime in.
Leading
on that.
Leading support for Ukraine. So the fact that they even put this up there shows that they are already scratching for accomplishments to put on these, by the way. So they were just trying to trick people into thinking, and they just say it that there's an accomplishment. But this shows the Democrat Party is a white suburban movement. They're not trying to appeal to working class people. They're trying to appeal to the suburban white moms who watch Morning Joe every morning, who watch Rachel Maddow every morning, who's stressing the importance of the expansion of NATO. They do not share your interest. Now the Democrat Party is the party that has an approval rating, or they approve of the CIA and the FBI, even at a higher rate than the Republican Party do. They're the party of the intelligence agencies. They're the party of the police state. They're the party of giant military spending and censorship. And this is them straight out advertising that. And that's why Joe Biden, Democrats, they laugh at the Sunrise Movement. They laugh at the Justice Democrats. They laugh at all the young people that continue to prop up this party, even though they unapologetically and aggressively running away from them and highlighting straight up right wing. Like, how does the expansion of NATO, how does that serve you? How does that serve your family? That serves them because they get paid off by the military-industrial complex and the NATO goons. It's unbelievable how the two-party duopoly in general is able to get people to cheer for shit that has not only no impact on their life, but it has a net negative because the military-industrial complex and NATO is siphoning our wealth and resources. But CJ, there's so much to say about that. It's so crazy. Like,
yeah.
The NATO left. Vosh and the NATO left. They were seeing this list and they said, "This is why I'm a Biden and narco Biden. We're gonna achieve socialism through NATO."
Do you think Emma's gonna tweet out just like she tweeted out about Biden being the climate president? Do you gonna say if you love NATO, like if you think she'll tweet Biden is the NATO president? They really gonna cheer 5 years from now on the trajectory of progressives. 5 years from now, Emma would be tweeting, if you're for NATO, Biden, vote for Biden. He's the NATO president.
People like Emma, they view supporting NATO as what it means to be on the left. They view people who criticize NATO, they're like, oh my God, look at these horseshoe theory RBN people. They pushing right-wing conspiracy theories against NATO. That's what these people really believe now. That is the NATO left. The NATO left will see that. And these people are not significant. Very small percentage, because I always want to put this in context. 50% of the people in this country do not vote. So why do you guys think that is? Because 50% of the people seeing this list and they're like, "What? Get the fuck out of here! You want me to take time off to vote for this? I could be spending time."
I just imagine when I wasn't into politics, you showed me this list, I'd have been like, "Dude, you better get the fuck out of here! You better get the fuck away from me with this dumb shit."
Yeah,
like, could you imagine? Go ahead.
No, I'll pass back to you, TJ. But I want to add, that's why we clown the NATO left and we call them out as the traitors they are, because I want to put this in context. This is only working on a very, very small percentage of the population.
Yeah.
Because only 25% of the population vote Democrat. And then out of that 25%, how many of those 25% are hardcore Democrats? These are people who vote out of civic duty. So this graphic and this shit works on only the dumb NATO left and the liberal blue check goons that believe they are saving humanity by voting Jim Crow Joe. But CJ, go ahead. I'll pass to you.
Yeah, my last comment on this is like it speaks to also that video we covered with Emma. Is like you're not voting your conscience. You're not voting your. This is why. You see, in order for them to they team up with people who expands NATO, they got to go. That's not my belief, but I'm still voting. You see how they got to create a lane for them so that they feel good because they are voting for NATO expansion.